This is the antithesis to productivity. I mean, this is peak regressive nonsense at its zenith. All right? This is coming to us from NJ 101.5. New Jersey requiring cops to respect trans people, use their preferred pronouns. This is written by Sergio Bachayo and Dino Flamia. Quick story. When I began, my activism and advocacy and working, in these political spheres as a profession, I was running with New Jersey's Working Family Alliance. During my tenure, we went to a conference in New York. Or was it the one in New Brunswick? I don't know. I went to two. But the first one, which I think was in New Brunswick, we're all sitting around. We're talking about issues like, all the social justice stuff that I was really into at the time. Police brutality and inequality and all these other things that I had fallen into. They stopped it. Every conversation that was taking place, they stopped. They said, hold up. We have to have everybody, and we're talking about like a couple thousand people. Everybody there, the couple thousand people that I think attended the conference, but we're basically dealing with a few hundred people, if memory serves me correctly. But they're like, yeah, we gotta stop it. Everybody come here, and what we're gonna do is go person by person and say your preferred pronouns. And I'm like, wait, what? We're stopping everything for this? This is ridiculous. Like, I literally thought it was a joke. But no. They went through the entire room. This took like a half an hour going through the entire room. Every single person, and myself included, had to say the pronouns. And I was just like, this is nonsense. This is loony world. I can't do it. I can't deal with shit. That moment right there really started me on this path of, wait a second, I'm getting lied to by everybody. Hold on, this is bullshit. And so now to have the Attorney General put this directive out it's mind-blowing to me. It is mind-blowing how deep down the willingness to play into people's delusions of grandeur hole that mainstream politics has gone. The state has rolled out new rules governing how police officers interact with LGBTQ suspects and victims. Just say tease. See, that's the problem with the whole intersectionality thing. The L's, the B's, the L's, the B's, and the Q. The L's, the G's, the B's, and the Q's are not worried about this. This is the T thing. And you know what? The T's are 0.04% of the population. But because they have sat there intersectionalized. Don't ask me where that first voice came from. Now it's like, oh well, if you don't respect that trans person's pronouns, then no. Like I said, it's time to break that Voltron apart, man. It really is. It can't be all the alphabets together because not everything applies to everyone else. It's my big problem with intersectionality as a complete concept, is that it's trying to sit here and meld a whole bunch of pots together that really shouldn't be cooking the same in the same kitchen at all. It's like putting chocolate syrup on collard greens. That's disgusting. This is gross. The policy, which among other things requires the cops address transgender people by their preferred pronouns and chosen names, comes with mandatory training for all officers who will have to know the difference between transgender, non-binary, and gender non-conforming. Ladies and gentlemen, we have hit a peak, because guess what? This is not important. I'm going to be very honest with you. What somebody chooses to identify themselves as is one thing. What you force others to identify them as is something completely different. I don't play the pronoun game at all. If you look like a dude and you're coming at me like a dude, you present like a dude, I'm gonna call you a dude. If you present like a chick, but I can clearly tell you're a dude, I'm just not gonna reference you much at all, or just call you by your name. I'm not gonna sit here and play that pronoun game with you at all. But this, all it really does is open New Jersey up for even more lawsuits. Because guess what? Trans people do live here. I run across these people all the time. And you know what I do? I ignore them. Because as far as I'm concerned, that right there is a cry for attention. And I'm not going to give it to you. So, have a good life. Be on your way. But this right here, this sets the state up to be liable. Some like a Jessica Yaniv situation that was taking place in Canada. Oh, if you are unfamiliar with Jessica Yaniv, scroll on down my page. Okay, actually, I think I have a whole Jessica Yaniv playlist. If not, I'm going to be making a whole Jessica Yaniv playlist because we don't need that. But here they are, just ushering in the degeneracy and the lunacy, which is counterproductive to getting any of the state's real issues taken care of. Because the state does have real problems via pensions, via, the sanctuary craziness that they're trying to walk back. Now, yeah, a lot of mistakes have been made. And instead of actually going out and fixing those mistakes, what they'd rather do is create whole new mistakes, and it's ridiculous. The policies were announced Wednesday, along with an awareness campaign about the state's anti-discrimination law when it comes to sexual minorities applying for a job or renting an apartment, as well as a revised policy for how detention facilities deal with LGBTQ juveniles. The LGBTQ Equality Directive is the most sweeping guidance by the Attorney General's office since Gruber Grewal issued new rules governing police and jail interactions with federal immigration officials and immigrants. And with each one of these sweeping new laws, you kiss your chances for re-election goodbye. All right, seriously, with every new sweeping grand gesture, while completely ignoring the things that actual New Jerseyans give two damns about, namely the cost of living, the quality of life, and the property taxes, my guys, you screwed yourselves. Or maybe not, because guess what? All of the new voter by mail laws, he can stay in there for forever. The purpose of the immigration directive, which some critics have denied as obstructing federal immigration enforcement, was to ensure that immigrant communities did not fear working with police. They should, because you're here illegally. The fuck no! Like I say before, if you don't get offered a bank account in the middle of a bank heist, that's not how that works. Yeah, you should have and take issue with working with police if you are here illegally. If you are here illegally, then it shouldn't be a problem at all. And driving force behind this new directive are studies showing that transgender people tend to be uncomfortable turning to police for help, and that transgender, non-binary, and gender non-conforming people are more often victims of violence when incarcerated. A recent study estimated that more than 30,100 adults in New Jersey identify as transgender, while about 4,000 teenagers in the state identify as such. Okay, so yeah, we'll just say 30,000 adults in a place with over 9 million residents. Okay, yeah, sure. This is not going to end well. No one should be afraid about interacting with police because of their sexual orientation or their gender identity, Grewal said Wednesday in a prepared statement. This is why our law enforcement community, which proudly includes LGBTQ officers among our ranks, is committed to building trust with our LGBTQ residents. According to the LGBTQ Equality Directive, cops cannot ask about your personal sexual practices or anatomy unless it is necessary for an investigation. Why would they? Cops cannot publicly reveal a person's sexual orientation or gender identity unless there is a proper law enforcement purpose or the person agrees. Cops have to address people using their chosen names, even if those names are not on official records. Word. Oh my, why, you idiots? Oh my goodness. Word. Man. Keith Danger strikes again. Oh yeah, that's gonna be my pseudonym. That's what I'm using from. So I'm about to just go out and start committing all the crimes. And when cops stop me, I'm like, yo, my name's Keith Danger, and and then probably change it again, like in the middle of the investigation. Oh, now I'm Mary Sue O'Driscoll, I guess. I don't know. Jesus Christ. But yeah, this is creating a problem. You have opened a can of worms that literally shouldn't exist because gender is bullshit pseudoscience, okay? Oh my goodness. Officials have to treat transgender people the way they would treat all men and women during body searches or when people are being segregated in jail. So guys going into women prisons, huh? Yeah, y'all really, you really want that? You really? Then why don't we just make all the prisons unisex then? I mean, we gonna have a whole lot of babies and forced entry going on, but apparently, like, this is ridiculous, man. Also, at police stations, police cannot deny transgender people access to prosthetics, bras, wigs, undergarments, chest binders, and cosmetic items. Basically, things that they can use to bring to use as a weapon or bring in as a weapon as well. So that's fun. The directive also governs police investigations, preventing cops from considering anyone's gender identity or expressions as ground for a reasonable suspicion or as evidence of wrongdoing. I can agree with that. All right, just because somebody is on the weirdo side, and I'm calling it that, just because somebody's on the weirdo side doesn't mean that, you know, that they are a bad person. I wholeheartedly agree with that. But what I'm saying is that what you do is you are creating a avenue for exploitation that, you know, we've yet to see yet. Canada is going through this shit right now with the Jessica Yaniv guy. Police, for example, would not be allowed to question or detain someone if he or she used a restroom that the officer knows was consistent with that person's gender identity or expression. Cops also would not be allowed to question or use invasive search procedures to determine a person's genitals or assigned gender. The directive requires all 21 county prosecutors to educate the public about the directive and calls on all law enforcement agencies to work with LGBTQ organizations and community leaders to maintain a dialogue about issues affecting transgender individuals. 0.4% of the population. John Oliveira, Director of Communications and Membership at Garden State Equality, said Wednesday that the LGBTQ community and law enforcement have had a very troubled history dating back decades with bar raids and violence. See, they're using the, what's the name? They were using, what was that? Like the only one that one bar in New York that everybody like just that I just now learned about. I heard about like, oh man, they did this. Okay, cool, yeah. I'm black though, so shut up. Like, treating people with dignity and respect costs us nothing. Oh, you about to find out. You've opened up this state to liabilities that you really shouldn't have done. Now, those who look to exploit these things will do exactly that. My goodness, the warnings were all there. For my part, I do try to do my best to keep y'all informed of, hey, wait, no, this maybe we got to stop, we got to press pause, but nope, full speed ahead on the train to hell. New Jersey is a very progressive state. No, it's not. But that doesn't mean we can't be better, and we have hope that these kinds of policies will help improve the lives of LGBTQ New Jerseyans, specifically transgender people, and will also allow law enforcement to do their jobs better. No, it won't. Regarding the state's anti-discrimination law, the Division on Civil Rights is releasing fact sheets on law application to sexual minorities. Nigga, I don't care what your sex is, though. That's the thing. Sexual minority, like, and yet this isn't supposed to be taken as degeneracy. Fucking miss me, man. Seriously, yo, whatever your sex, if you a sex minority or sex majority, it's none of my fucking business. Okay, I don't care. but you've made it my business. Among the points being stressed, employers cannot hire, fire, or promote someone based on LGBTQ status or gender stereotypes. Landlords cannot refuse to rent or discriminate based on LGBTQ status. Places of public accommodation such as schools and restaurants and doctors' offices cannot refuse service or discriminate against LGBTQ people. Discrimination would include refusing to address a person by their chosen names or pronouns, or blocking people from using an inappropriate restroom or changing room. Go fuck yourself. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to call you whatever the hell I so desire. Now, if I see you, you're a chick that think you a dude, but I think you a chick, I'm gonna say, hey, pardon me, ma'am, excuse me, miss, pardon, darling, but it is what it is, because I don't know you and I don't care. Like, if you want to make a thing out of it, bruh, I'll sit there and clown you. But honestly, if it just going about life, man, miss me, I'm gonna be real guilty of discrimination. I really am. And what the heck is that noise that keeps going off? I'm not sure. But either ways, guys, this is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. And you know what the fun part is? And I bring it up every video like this, is that, hey, guess what? If they can't discriminate on you based on this, what they'll do is discriminate you against you based on it, but say it's about something else. So, welcome to the spinning wheels of American public policy. With that being said, we're going to bring this one to an end. All the internet stuff. If you like to toss it a like, dislike, go ahead, do that too. Nobody's scared of you. Sub if you enjoy my fantastic voice and you want to get videos like this every single day. Ring the bell to get notified, because I barely get notified, so I know you're probably not getting notified. Share, because sharing is caring. YouTube and BitChute and like are the biggest fans of your boy over here, but I don't need them. I got you. I appreciate you to no end. This video was not for children. And speak. Let me know, what do you think in the comments? It's one thing to respect. Like, I believe in respecting everyone. I do. If I'm running across you in the street, hey man, my name is Angela, but you sound like that and you come across like that, I'm not gonna sit there and be like, oh, he or she. I'm just like, hey, Angela needs some help. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm willing to do that, but as far as, we have no interaction like that, and I'm just bumping across you in the street, it is what it is. You know, I'm not going to sit here and like trip on it. When it comes to our police, you put our police in a real jacked up position, because and the state in a jacked up position, because all it does is open the state up for lawsuits and the like, and for people to exploit and take advantage. But you may feel like, you may think differently. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. And until the next one.